I just felt like running. Hey, welcome to Candid Travels, Texas. Now, what you just saw were birds from the island nation of Formosa, also known as Taiwan. And just a little bit of true history about Taiwan, aka Formosa. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world regarding political and war type stuff regarding Taiwan, but I'm just going to give you the short, real history of Taiwan. So Formosa, originally, several hundreds of years ago, was a trading port for Holland, or for the Dutch. And it was then called Formosa, because that was Portuguese for the Portuguese sailors, for the word for beautiful island. So it's an island nation, much like Hawaii, but only one island shaped like a pickle rather than a chain of islands like Japan or Hawaii. And it's more lush, it's more humid. Like Vestal, New York, and Johnson City, New York, I got to live there in my early childhood, which was fantastic. So anyway, what you just saw were pictures of the birds, of the indigenous birds of Formosa, or Taiwan. And I remember as a little child hearing the bird songs from all of those birds. So that's what those were. Anyway, today at Candid Travels Texas, we're planning on going to the annual Austin, Texas Celebrasia Festival setup at the Austin, I believe, Asian Resource Center. And we've been invited to help set up the Taiwan exhibit. Okay? It'll be right next to Iran this year, I think. Oh, well. Anyway, that was kind of funny. Anyway, that's an inside joke for those of y'all who know what's going on. All right. But anyway, back to the Taiwan history. So it was a Dutch trading port several hundreds of years ago. And the thing is that because of its proximity to all the different areas in that, Far East area, Japan, China, Philippines, all those, Singapore, it's near that whole area, right? And so many people from all those different countries did try to go and live there, but nobody could officially, as a modern government or military, able to claim that island as part of their country, mainly because of the Aboriginal people of the people that live there. They're like headhunters and like really savage. And so no modern country was able to officially name it their country and use their military until, for about 70 years, the government of Japan, with their, what they considered themselves was the barbaric samurai spirit combined with their modernized military technology that they got primarily from the Germans, okay, made Taiwan, or Formosa, it was still called Formosa at the time, part of the Empire of Japan for about 70 years. Now, that was before World War II. Now, before the Second World War, Taiwan, Formosa, was part of the Empire of Japan. Now, the United States of America, and we as Americans and the Allied forces beat the Axis forces. And at that moment, the island of Formosa was signed over from the Empire of Japan that was defeated by the Allied forces of the United States of America. And Taiwan became a part of the United States territory. So U.S. territory, no different than Guam, U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, etc. Okay? So that's a short history of Taiwan. It does have eligibility to become a state like Alaska or Hawaii did. So right now it is not a state, okay? But there's a lot of political stuff around it. But what I just shared with you is history. It's truth. There's nothing to be. It's undisputable. There's a lot of different political factions. They say it's this and they're not. They're their own country, or China wants to say it's part of China, but you're going to have to do research on that. And if you have any questions, comment below and contact us, and we can talk about it and discuss it, okay? So, but that's just the straight up history that can't be denied. Okay, so before we go there, we're going to help set up, and I might present some of those pictures of the Taiwanese Formosan indigenous birds as a possibility. Asked us to help out and maybe make suggestions, etc., etc. Okay, so I wanted to do a conclusion through the three-part tiger claw tactic for ATX iTech family at www.facebook.com/ATX Internal Tactical Arts. Okay, so we did the three parts. First, it's a scraping of your tiger claws and nail, also called balayam. And that, just to conclude everything, the whole point of doing the tiger claw tactics, part 1, 2, and 3, is number one, it is got to be done every day. Now, how I do it is the moment I wake up, I start going, I actually set a timer on my watch for no more than 15 minutes, and I do the tiger claw sharpening or balayam exercise. The internal exercise, if you have a clogged nose, sometimes it'll clear up, okay? And then I will do the smiling neuroscience with the open and closing of the claws 100 times, both hands at a time. Then I will do the push-ups on the claws with the tongue on the roof and tongue on the bottom. Now, one of the things to, very, very important, number 2 is, one is every day, and the second point is you want to do all of these things on an empty stomach. So first thing in the morning, or at least an hour after you eat at night. Okay, so the tiger sharpening you want to do twice. Not more than 15 minutes, between 10 to 15 minutes at the beginning of when you wake up in the morning and before you go to bed. Then the other 2 you just do whenever you want, as long as it's on an empty stomach, okay? All right, so that's it. Off to the Austin, Texas, Taiwan Exhibit setup 2018. And by the way, it's summer! Woohoo! Taking care of business every day. How you doing? Looking good in your uniform, your tactical uniform for working canine. All right, Max is going to join us today as we go to the resource center to set up for the Formosa Taiwan booth at the Celebrasia 2018 Austin, Texas. And look, here's Allison. We're prepping. You'll see what I'm going to show you when we're done what we're going to bring and advise them to do. Like, they asked for suggestions, and I'll show you what we did. You saw the pictures earlier. For the Taiwan Formosa booth for the 2018 Austin, Texas, this game. It's a bird game. So as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures of Formosan birds. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names and descriptions, okay, of these birds. For example, you got Heterophasia auricularis. Obviously, I pronounced that wrong on purpose for comic reasons. And you've got the Carpodocus formosanus. Formosa, see? Because it's actually called Formosa. It's not Taiwan. That's a name that was given much later, and you can look up politics on that. So what the people have to do is they have to try to figure out which bird goes with which name. And obviously, in the day of the internet, people can use the internet at the booth. We're going to present this idea to them and see if they like it. And then here, and on the back, obviously, we've got our production company information. That's our production company information. And on the back, there's our production company information. Check out our links here, by the way. You can freeze frame it right now. Go to every one of these links. It's all part of Lovingly Stone Productions. It's a mom and pop. There's mom and pop. Pop and mom right there. That's Allison and I. Production company that we do have connections, obviously, with Hollywood and all that. And New York City and all that. Okay, So that's what we got. We're going to be going there now. Now here we actually have these birds and their names together for just, and on the back this is to know that it's our stuff and we want it back. Okay, all right, the bird game, the Formosan Taiwan indigenous bird games. These are gorgeous creatures and they have the most beautiful song, and it's music of God's music, man. All right, so here's an example. This is a Euhina Bruniceps. That's what they look like right there.
All right, here we go. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun.
Yeah, we're heading out. Look at Max. Hi, buddy. All right, so we're headed to this, it's called the Asian American Resource Center of Austin. We've been there before, and we'll present our Formosan indigenous bird game to them, see if they like it, all right? Woo! We are driving across the bridge again. In Austin, Texas, we're now heading to,
You know
we
where?
are now here at the Austin Asian American Resource Center, and it's Celebrasia Austin 2018. That says 5 spices. I don't see anybody here, so I think it's a prep time. We're like 1 hour, maybe Dr. Schiller left. Anyway, all right, so let's see who's in there, and let's bring our bird game, our Formosan bird. So that's the pre-set-up area, and we're gonna go inside and look for Dr. Schiller and show him our Formosan native bird game that we have for the Formosa Taiwan. Good boy. Good boy, Max. Let's see if they'll take our little bird game. So we gotta just stay happy. Hey, look, happy Mother's Day, May 13th. All right, let's head in here and see if Come on, bud. Okay, we're going to go to this down, so you got Filipinos and all kinds of groups. Look at the cute pictures. All right. So we're in classroom 8, you said?
8.
All right, 8's over here. Here we are. Austin Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce. It's the Tai Chi Grand Master in the last episode. And so this is, what we have is a game, if you like it, it's a Formosan Taiwanese native bird.
Okay.
And there's 6 of these pictures, and 6 of who they are, and they have to try to figure out which one goes with which.
Oh.
That's a game, if you like it. And then these are just already. So this is what it looks like the day before. We may come back here tomorrow just to walk through this Taiwan exhibit. So these are the Aboriginal people that I mentioned about. And here you go. And indigenous cultures. And this is a great movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. It explains a lot about why Formosa Taiwan is really its own nation. You know, so that's what it is.
And here it just shows you Taiwan is a culture, a mixed.
Yeah, it's a multiracial
Asian culture, and
yeah. And it started out as a European.
From Taiwan, going to other
Nation. Right, and then it's also started out as a Dutch trading port from Holland.
Yeah.
So it's a mixture of, it's a multiracial place, much like Hawaii. A lot of people don't understand that. Yeah. All right, thank you, Dr. Schiller. The day before. Media wall of 5 spices. All right. Maybe we'll come back tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day now, and we're gonna go pick up our Formosan native bird. It's the next day now. I said it before, but I got cut off, all right? And we're now heading to the Austin Asian American Resource Center in order to pick up our Formosan native bird photographs game that we had made, okay? it's over. Celebrasia is over. All right, and let's see how it looks like the aftermath. Reason we didn't take you there is because there's another episode of Celebrasia from last year that you can look up. So go back and watch that one. You kind of see what it was like last year. But we weren't contributing to the booth last year. All right, so we're almost there. We're going to turn left on Cameron Road, and we'll be on our way. This is the day after. As you can see, there's no cars here, and there's no cones. You can park. So this is Celebrasia 2018, and hopefully our stuff is there. If Schiller's still there, he may not even be there. And this is where we hit the place. All right, we can get in here. Yep, we're in. All right. So once again, we're back the second day to pick up the remainder of our bird game. So Austin is very diverse, as you can see. And we are coming in here to, hey, 你好, 你好. 你好. Schiller 有没有在这里?
I think he left. I don't know.
I came to pick up my stuff for the exhibit. All right. All right. Here we are. So, cute little kids. Naoki is this little girl's name. So everybody cleared everything out, and here we are. On Street 8. Oh, hey, how you doing? I guess it's all done. Here's a library with different books. All right. So these are the faces of the center. Dr. Schiller left early, okay? So we will have to call in, but thanks again for joining us at Candid Travels Texas for the Tiger Claw conclusion, Tiger Claw Tactic conclusion, and the Taiwan booth for the 2018 Celebrasia. And yeah, this place is done. Just want to show you how it looks like once it's done. Big room. And we will have to text Dr. Schiller for the our birds. But hey, at least I kept my birds here. There you go. All right, thanks again for joining us. Adios, amigo. Guess what? This is the end of the episode because I got mission accomplished to get the birds back. I called Dr. Schiller, and he's gonna leave it on some swinging chair in the porch of his house. So we're headed over to his house. This is his neighborhood here. I think where are we? This is what part of Austin?
Westlake Hills.
Westlake Hills, which is not too far from where we're at. And maybe we'll go to Pinkberry in Westlake Hills after this, okay? So, yeah, when we get closer, Allison will start filming the neighborhood. We're not quite there yet. Okay, we're now in Dr. Schiller's neighborhood. We're heading over to his house. And, all right, we are finally in Dr. Schiller's neighborhood. All right, so this is his neighborhood. We're in the Westlake Hills area, which is actually not far from where we are. Here's, I used to live near this area when I did quite a bit of, when I was young, we did a landscaping business with Chip Dimitri, all in this area. All right. Okay, so we're nearby, and let me see if he left. Said he was gonna leave the bird pictures on his swing seat. Okay? All right. Mission accomplished with Dr. Schiller. Okay, so how did it go?
It went very well.
Okay.
All the Taiwanese, actually, we show a lot of Austinites, what the Taiwan, the
Right,
Taiwanese
right,
culture.
right.
And we explain how the history back to
Right.
1600.
I'm gonna flip it out. And thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right.
Okay.
I didn't keep you guys from going anywhere, right?
No. We just came back.
Okay, so thanks again for joining us, Candid Travels Texas. But Dr. Schiller was interested in how Max sits in the back. Lay down, buddy.
Yay.
So he's tied. He is strapped down. You see?
So what is that, K9?
Sit.
Working K9?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know the police and the military. No. Stay. Up. Get up. Up. No.
Okay.
Get back up. So
You need to go back to your truck.
there you go.